It's been a little while since we last heard from the developers of Bloody Hell Hotel. This time they gave us an update on blacksmithing in the game, and I thought, hey, why not do one big overview to catch you all up to speed? There's still only one trailer out, so that's going to be on a loop in the background, as well as the occasional relevant pictures. Long story short, Bloody Hell Hotel was announced in 2022, and since then we've been getting teases of different features in the game, like vampire classes, pets, fangs, and now weapon crafting. There is no release date or window yet, but this is going to be a pretty detailed and in-depth management sim that I think will be worth the wait. In the game, you'll take on the role of a vampire hotel manager as you renovate, upgrade, and expand your business. And I should clarify, your hotel isn't for vampires, you are the vampire. You may have overslept a bit, a few centuries maybe, and you awaken to find your estate ruined and crumbling apart. Using the big business brain you have, you decide to get to work to generate some profit and maybe some delicious human snacks in the process. So there are a few different things you'll be doing on any given day in the game, furnishing, cleaning, and decorating the hotel to attract the most elite guests. Eventually you may need to even hire staff to keep the place running efficiently. Then there's farming and cooking, getting milk from the undead cow, collecting eggs from zombie chickens, and finding wild mushrooms growing around your hotel. I think so far this might be the part I'm most excited for, cooking up crazy dishes and turning the place into a 5-star dining experience. Conveniently, there's a dungeon located right under you in the basement, which you can explore and fight through to gather resources. Before heading down, you'll want to sharpen up your weapons and equip your deadliest set of fangs. So if any of that sounds cool to you, then you're in the right place because now it's time to get into the details. At the beginning of your journey, you'll have the option to choose from a range of vampire classes, each which will affect your stats in the game and how guests perceive you. There are 6 in total, with skills ranging from stealth and manipulation, immense physical strength that might scare off paying customers, having a high status in the Vampiric Council, and even being able to survive in the light of day. Much like Count Dracula himself, you also have the power to turn into a bat. Some are speedy, some sparkly, some terrifying, but they all allow you to quickly travel between locations in and around your hotel and escape from danger in the blink of an eye, or the flap of a wing. To complement your choice, you can adopt a cute or creepy pet that takes the form of a familiar. They'll help you with small tasks around the hotel and level up as you bond. For example, mosquitoes can gather blood samples for you, cats will keep rodents away, and spiders can sneak into guests' room and use their venomous bite to incapacitate prey. Between those 3 choices, you can already create a pretty wide variety of builds that focus on whichever the aspects of the game you're most excited for. Now that you're all set up and ready to go, who will be visiting you at your grand hotel? There are 2 main categories of visitors, guests and vampire hunters. We of course would much rather see the first group, but even then, not every guest is equal. Each one will have their own set of traits, likes and dislikes, and secrets. Traits are pretty simple. Stingy, unhygienic, insomniac, royalty. These things could affect the way other visitors perceive the hotel, how easy it is to break into their rooms, and the quality of their blood and meat. Likes and dislikes are more like specific quirks that these people have, wanting extra towels or a minibar, and will affect their tips and potential hotel reviews. And all of this stuff could either be important to you if you want to run a decent establishment and maybe strike it rich, or totally ignored if you want to focus more on, say, combat and becoming the world's most powerful creature of the night. Finally, each guest has at least one secret, something that's not immediately revealed to the player that could make them dangerous or potentially very valuable. So it's a good idea to gather intel, either using your vampiric powers or by giving them a truth serum, before you make any rash decisions, because the last thing you want to do is attack a vampire hunter in disguise. But as stated on Steam, letting your guests live is a choice, not a must. And as you've already seen, Bloody Hell Hotel is all about choices and fine-tuning your experience to your liking. Something you may not like, though, are vampire hunters. This is where we kind of get a sneak peek at some of the game's lore. These hunters come from the Hunter Guild. They've been around for hundreds of years, and their only goal is to put an end to vampires. Sort of at odds with them are members of the Vampiric Council and vampire royalty. The premortal class you can play as comes from a highly esteemed vampire clan that'll have a lot of influence over the council. What their exact role is and how important it'll be isn't clear yet, but I am really curious to see how both them and the Hunters Guild will interact with us as a player. We do know that vampire hunters will be sent to our hotel, sometimes in disguise, as our suspicion meter increases. And as we start to spill more innocent blood, if we choose to do so, more and more powerful hunters will appear. We can choose to flee or fight them head on. If we successfully defeat one, we can even earn the respect of the Vampiric Council. In order to prepare ourselves for potential attacks, let's look at combat. While we haven't seen much in terms of actual fighting, thanks to the most recent update, we have seen an extensive look at blacksmithing. Sorry for the low quality video here. So we have our very own workshop tucked away in the caves below our hotel, which, as is the theme, we'll need to clean up and renovate in order to get the place up and running. You'll start with ores, which you can either find in the dungeons or get from the nearby village, which, side note, I really want to see how this works. Can we actually walk or fly to the village and go into different shops, or is it more of a mail order catalog situation? Either way, you can check out the update for a full list of ores and their properties, but long story short, there are over 10 of them. Smelt ores and even mix different metals together to get your desired properties. Simple. Now it's time to pick a weapon type. Dagger, short sword, long sword, probably others too. Then choose your guard, handle, and pommel. Without dragging this out too long, each part of the blacksmithing process should be carefully monitored and every component can be upgraded. The forge, anvil, bellows, grindstone, and quenching tank. Pick from different types of fuel, carefully control airflow, make sure the heat is evenly distributed, carefully hammer out imperfections. This is a full-on blacksmith simulator set inside a vampire hotel management simulator. It's pretty wild. I really do hope that cooking is at least half as in-depth as the weapon crafting, and I have no doubts that Unfold Games is brewing up something special for that update whenever it comes. The other important part of combat, naturally, are our fangs. Yes, Bloody Hell Hotel has a vampire dentist, and you can visit them to get your teeth in tip-top shape. Drawing blood from victims is a delicate art. You need them to stay alive long enough to drink your fill, or risk facing nasty debuffs if they happen to die in the process. Some people will try to fight back, so you may want to install a sedating liquid. How about hypnotic fangs to draw victims in, or grip lock fangs to make sure they can't escape? Decisions. So what lies in store for future updates, and when is the game coming out? The devs are eager to announce a release window, but they're not quite ready for that. Each game update has added new features and systems that sometimes have gone beyond their original scope, so there's a lot to juggle and fine-tune before any dates can be given with confidence. The devs have stated, "We're trying to make the most ambitious first-person simulation game ever created. I don't know if we'll succeed, but we're doing everything possible and impossible to stay true to this mission. If we fail, at least we will have tried our best, but I wanted to make it very clear that this is what we're aiming at. The bar is as high as it gets." So while there are a lot of unknowns and big goals for this project, it certainly does come from a place of love, dedication, and community involvement, as a lot of these features actually came from fan suggestions on the Discord server. We'll just have to hold on and believe that Unfold Games are doing everything in their vampiric powers to get this game to us in a solid state. And you can bet that I'll be reporting on it right here when we get a new update. So keep those fangs sharp, everyone.